This segment of Delmarva Life is brought to you by the Sussex County Association of Realtors.
Well, selling a home can be confusing. You want to get as much money as possible, but you don't want to have to invest a lot of money into the home to make it more attractive.
Well, you might not have to. Some simple tricks to spruce up your home can do the trick. Here to tell us more are Bob McVey, president of the Sussex County Association of Realtors, and Debbie Brittingham, treasurer of the association.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us. All right, well, there's a lot going on, Bob, with the economy. So what's that doing to the housing market?
Well, you've really got to keep an eye on the government there. What's going on with this shutdown is affecting or may affect our interest rates and possibly the ability for anyone to get a mortgage.
So could get interesting here in the next couple weeks.
Yes.
So, let's talk about, if somebody wants to, say I want to put my house on the market. You guys will probably know that some houses need some sprucing up, some certain things that people need to maybe pay attention to or fix to help with the sale of the home. And we actually reached out to some of our viewers and asked them to send us pictures of places in, outside or inside the house that may be a problem area to them. And we have some of those pictures. We're going to ask for your guys' expertise on the matter here. So the first one we have actually is the bathroom. We're going to start with the bathroom. We have the picture here. So there's the vanity. So tell us, is this a problem? And if so, what should they do?
I definitely see a problem. You've got those, it's either blue or purple sinks.
Purple, I think.
Yeah.
Color, even though they've advertised that color is something that people desire, overall it's a personal decision. So if you've got it on the market, you need to make those more generic. So I would advise replacing those sinks.
So replace those, and then we also have in that same bathroom over by the tub area. What would you recommend here? Because that's a lot of tile.
Yeah.
And that's a purple tub.
Yes.
It is. Well, tile is very desirable. Okay, so if there's any way possible, I see that can be really complemented by changing the color of that tub. So you could have that tub resurfaced, leave it in place and have it resurfaced.
So the resolution there would be
to resurface.
Resurface the tub.
Resurface it.
All right, moving from the bathroom to the kitchen. We have a picture of a kitchen that we want to find out, obviously blue in this one.
Yes, you definitely need to take the blue off that bulkheading.
Yeah.
And if you can possibly replace that countertop. Blue is very dated, so you need to have something that's very neutral.
Right.
Don't go with white on the bulkheading or your countertops. You can do something that's got a little bit of color. But you definitely need to replace that blue and make sure you've got your countertops thinned out.
Yeah, yeah. You don't want them all cluttered when people come look at your house.
You've got to create some space.
Right,
create space in that kitchen.
Because people want to picture themselves in the kitchen and their stuff in the kitchen.
Yes.
What about the floor in the kitchen? We should mention real quick.
Because you've got that pergo flooring next to those wooden cabinets, you need to put a little color on that floor to break up all the wood. Because then all you've got is like a wooden boat in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So if you put a little color in front of your stove, maybe in front of the kitchen sink, just on the floor, it would be a much more better
It'll help break it up a little bit. All right, and then we can go to the next picture, which we had.
Another kitchen.
Yes.
Now this one, the viewer said they have stainless steel refrigerator, dishwasher, but as you can see, the stove is black. Is that a problem?
I don't see it as a problem. Black goes really well with stainless steel. If it were a different color like the bisque, white would even go with stainless steel, but black is perfect to go with the stainless steel.
Okay.
All right, good to know. And next, we have the counters here in that same kitchen. Any recommendations here?
I really wouldn't worry too much about those countertops. Those countertops go really well with the black and the stainless steel.
And you were saying you don't really necessarily have to replace them with granite or anything like that. It's the color.
It's the color.
Yeah.
It's the color. And overall cost. Because if you go with granite or a solid surface, you're increasing your cost by at least 5 times. So if you're looking, and that does not come out with the appraisals. Okay, your appraisal doesn't go up 5 times in your kitchen area because you have that. You just need to make sure that you're putting your best foot out. And if your countertops were destroyed, then yes, definitely you need to replace your countertops or just completely the wrong color. But that color goes really well with the stainless steel and the black.
All right, so next we actually have the family room. We have a picture here. Tell us what they can do differently in here that would make it appealing to sell.
The family room itself is very bland as far as the color on the walls. What's on the walls is very nice, but it's just so white. And from what we can see, or what I can see, is that your furniture is very overgrown for that room. So if you can rearrange it to give it more space so it doesn't look like it's just half the room is furniture in that picture.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
so you want to create more room.
Clear it
for
out a
it,
little
so
more
that thing gets
space.
bigger than it really
All right,
is.
on the other end of the spectrum, we have a room here that has very green walls.
I was going to make some kind of comment about that, but that green is actually a very lovely green
Yeah.
if it were just an accent wall. An accent wall is where you place a color on one end of the room or the other, depending on which room you want to make look longer or shorter, because it can actually create space. But
right.
all that green just
Too much
too
green.
much.
Yes.
All right, Bob, we're going to ask you to take a look at this attic. We have an attic here, and tell you, is it worth refinishing?
Well, an attic space, according to the height of the ceiling, the space that you have to use, it may not be adequate. The flooring may not be adequate to support a new room, or you may have to change the roof line. What we would probably recommend in this case is just to make sure that you cleaned up the storage area, placed it in boxes or in storage containers, and made it neat so that it appeared clean and uncluttered.
All right, now so we talked about inside the house. Let's go outside the house now. We have some pictures that viewers sent us of the outside of their homes and the landscaping in particular. This first one here that we're going to actually bring up here. Now, there are several trees obviously in the front yard, a lot of bushes. Is this good or is it bad? What would you say?
Well, I believe it's a mature yard. It looks like it is well maintained, and although it may be costly or maybe somewhat expensive to continue the maintenance on it, I think it's well done. It looks very nice.
Because is it true that a home that has an extravagant landscape yard could hurt the sale of the home? Because if someone thinks there's going to be too much to upkeep and take care of it.
Well, it may, but that would be in the market for the folks looking for properties with nice landscaping. And again, that photograph was a mature yard, so I think it would be easy to sell that.
It would be okay.
Now, some people have pools in their backyard, above ground pools. Would it be worthwhile to remove the pool so that this house will sell?
Well, it's all according to where you're located and what the market is where you are. A pool is not easily removed. An above-ground pool would obviously be easier to remove than an in-ground pool. I would say that there's a lot of attributes for having a pool also, and you would have to take a look at your market and the condition of the pool itself.
Right.
Debbie, one of the things I noticed driving around Delmarva is that some people have turned what was a garage into a living room on their home, and you can tell. Is that good or bad when it comes to selling the home?
As far as perception, it's bad. It does add that additional square footage of living space, but it always looks like a garage that's been turned into a family room.
Yeah.
Your better option for that, depending on your roof pitch, is that you can put a finished room above your garage. And that usually turns into a nice family room area. But the garage itself, people like storage. Yes, they like the additional square footage, but they really need storage.
And a garage.
And a
would do
garage
that, I
provides
think,
that.
So a lot of good things that people need to take into mind if they want to sell their house. So obviously a lot of good information. Thank you both very
Debbie,
much. We
Bob,
appreciate
thank you
it.
so much.
Thanks for having
You're
us.
certainly welcome. Thank
And
you.
for more information on Sussex County Association of Realtors, go to delmarvalife.com and click on the Show tab.